Good morning, Gary Champion, psychic medium. I was in Austin this last week at a psychic fair, a couple of days, and the resiliency of people, you just can't question it. It exists. And here we are, everything's in chaos, economically, psychologically, and along come 1,000 do-gooders into the building with their eyes wide open, looking for answers. It's not even that they found answers, it's that they're looking for answers that's curious to me. Human spirit never gives up on itself. People losing their husbands, they've had children pass, they've bad economic times, they've lost their house, whatever is going on. They still showed up at the fair. And all those people were in my booth at one time or another. I can tell you about that. I made up a deck of cards years ago that they're just called love cards. And my wife spreads them out on the table and says, pick a card. It's amazing how accurate they are. I don't use cards in my readings, but I use them for free stuff. We give away free readings, little card reading at the table. And 100% of the time they're accurate. It took a long time to make them. They're not, you just can't make your own deck of cards, but they were made for that purpose. And a woman came along toward the end of the fair, Sunday afternoon, I don't know, 4 o'clock, let's say, somewhere around there. And she wandered up and she looked lost. And my wife spread the cards out, so you want a little free reading. And she picked a card. And frankly, I don't remember what the card said. Something about cheating. And she revealed to us that she had just come to the fair because she had just 30 minutes, an hour before, had gone home and opened a door and her husband was cheating with someone. Now, this is, if you're a medium, you could read in her several things. Betrayal, all this anguish, and kind of not knowing what to do. And gave her a little advice. She went on her way. But the fact that she was seeking help, even though one of the worst things that can happen to someone's happened, well, it's not death, but it's pretty bad. And it almost feels like a death sometimes, if you've ever had that happen to you, where the person you love is with someone else. It feels like a death because they're no longer going to be in your life. And even if she stays with him, which I suspect she will, so I was reading, she won't give up on him, it's still not going to be the same. She had this horrible experience just that afternoon, on a Sunday afternoon, like the guy couldn't have picked a better day. Maybe there isn't a better day. Anyway, she was there seeking answers that might help her in this dilemma. So, the death of a loved one, people will seek advice. They will try and put things in perspective. They'll try and make sense of things. And what you're trying to do is to balance your life again where it makes sense, where you can go down the road. Because an unbalanced life going down the road is trouble. Mentally, physically, psychologically, whatever. I mean, you need to balance your life. And sometimes it's impossible to do at certain times. and you struggle with it, and you reach out and you find that little bit of something. It's like you've got a big puzzle on a table, and we used to do that. Us old guys were once young, and that was the thing to do at one time. You put a big puzzle out on the table, and everybody worked on it. Everybody found pieces and put them in. And I don't know why. I wish I had a reason why puzzles were popular. You can get 1,000 pieces, and it's a struggle because you're all cutting the little pieces. Anyway, let's say you've got a puzzle that's a picture of Elvis, and you can't see those funky glasses he used to wear, so you're not quite sure who it is. And as soon as that final piece clunks into place, you go, oh, it's Elvis. It's a eureka moment. Well, you do that you do that in your life as well, in that you'll shop around, you'll look around, you'll look at this thing, you'll look at that thing, you'll incorporate it in your life to try and fill that void, that puzzle piece. And often it doesn't fit. You can try, but it just doesn't fit. And people are the same way. You try and find that person who will make your life a good picture. And you plug them in, they don't fit. And you discard them and you move on. And at some point you find that, or you don't. But it's not that you find it or don't find it. It's the search that's what's important, that you don't give up your search. Because life is long and complicated, and these things happen, bad things happen to everybody. No one gets out of life free without some damage, a little ding here and there. You kind of think of it as a car going down the road. So you bought a brand new car, goes down the road, it gets a little nick. You say, okay, well, that's not too bad. And it gets a ding, now you're upset, and then it gets another ding. Pretty soon, you've got a car that's dinged up pretty bad, and you no longer enjoy driving it. Your life is not rolling down the road like it should. And this reaching out and searching for inspiration is your way of knocking the dents out of your car and spraying a new coat of paint on it and going down the road again. So the human spirit is indomitable. I didn't make that up. I heard that. I hear voices. So indomitable. It means you just can't defeat it. It's ever present. It's strong within all of us. Some of us give up too soon, and we end up having a life of tragedy. Others hold on to that sliver, that little, or you follow the breadcrumbs to the right puzzle piece that you plug in. You go, my puzzle makes sense. I can see it's Elvis. So for all of you who are still struggling and looking for that piece, don't give up. There's a puzzle out, there's a piece out there for everybody's puzzle that's missing. And sometimes you're not just missing one piece, you're missing 2 or 3. And you hope that the dog didn't eat them. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.